Kimberly Menzies had always been known for her bold personality, her unapologetic honesty, and her willingness to wear her heart on her sleeve. But behind the confident smile and the fiery comebacks, there was a journey, one that had been filled with struggle, growth, and an incredible transformation that went far beyond the surface. For months, fans had watched Kimberly's life unfold. They had seen her laugh, cry, fight for love, and face heartbreak. But what many didn't fully understand was the quiet battle she had been fighting off camera, the battle with herself. 70 pounds. That number didn't just represent weight loss, it represented discipline, sacrifice, early mornings, and late nights. It meant choosing water over soda, workouts over comfort, and self-love over self-doubt every single day. Kimberly didn't wake up one morning suddenly transformed. There was no magic switch. It was a slow, often painful process. There were days she wanted to quit, days when the scale didn't move, days when she felt like nothing was changing, but she kept going, because for the first time in her life, she wasn't doing it for anyone else, not for approval, not for validation, not even for love. She was doing it for herself. When she finally shared her transformation with the world, the reaction was immediate and intense. Her social media lit up with comments. Many praised her dedication, calling her inspiring, beautiful, and unrecognizable in the best way. But as always, the internet had another side. The trolls came, their filters. She still looks the same, she'll gain it back. Weight loss doesn't fix everything. And then the harshest ones, the ones that cut deeper than she expected. Still not good enough. For a moment, Kimberly stared at her screen in silence. The glow of her phone reflected in her eyes as she scrolled through the comments. Praise mixed with cruelty, support tangled with judgment. It would have been easy to shut down, to log off, to pretend it didn't hurt. But Kimberly had never been the type to stay silent. Instead, she did something that shocked everyone. She fired back, not with anger, not with insults, but with truth. I didn't lose 70 pounds for you, she wrote in a post that would soon go viral. I didn't do it so strangers on the internet could decide if I'm good enough. I did it because I was tired of not feeling good in my own body. Her words struck a chord. This wasn't about becoming perfect. She continued. This was about becoming healthier, stronger, and happier. And guess what? I already am. The comments section exploded. Supporters rallied behind her, flooding her post with love and encouragement. Women from all over the world began sharing their own stories of weight loss, weight gain, body image struggles, and learning to accept themselves. Kimberly wasn't just defending herself anymore. She was starting a conversation. Still, the negativity didn't stop. One user commented, "If you really loved yourself, you wouldn't have needed to change." Kimberly saw it, and this time, her response was even more powerful. "Loving yourself doesn't mean staying the same," she replied. "Sometimes loving yourself means changing your habits, your mindset, and your life. Growth isn't self-hate, it's self-respect." That line spread like wildfire. Suddenly, people weren't just talking about her weight loss, they were talking about her mindset, her strength, her refusal to let others define her worth. Behind the scenes, though, Kimberly was still human. There were moments when the comments got to her. Late at night, when the noise quieted down, the words echoed louder. Was it enough? Would it ever be enough? But then she would remember where she started. She remembered the days when she felt uncomfortable in her own skin, the moments when she avoided mirrors, the times she doubted herself not because of strangers, but because of her own inner voice. That voice had changed now. It was kinder, stronger, more forgiving, and that was her real victory. One evening, Kimberly decided to go live on social media. Thousands tuned in within minutes. Some came out of curiosity, others out of support. She appeared on screen makeup-free, wearing a simple hoodie, her hair pulled back, no filters, no editing, just her. "I want to talk to you guys," she began, her voice steady but real. "Not as someone from TV, not as someone who's lost weight, just as me." The chat filled with hearts and messages. "I see the comments," she continued, "all of them, the good, the bad, the ugly, and yeah, some of them hurt. I'm not going to pretend they don't." She paused, taking a breath. "But here's the thing, I don't need everyone to understand my journey, because it's mine." There was something powerful in her vulnerability. She wasn't pretending to be untouchable. She wasn't claiming to be immune to criticism. She was simply choosing not to let it control her. "I'm proud of myself," she said, her voice softening. "And if that bothers people, that says more about them than it does about me." That moment became a turning point. Clips of her live video spread across platforms. Fans praised her authenticity, calling her real, relatable, and a voice people needed. For many, Kimberly became more than a reality TV personality. She became a symbol of resilience. Weeks passed, and the noise slowly began to shift. The same spaces that once criticized her started celebrating her, not because she changed her body, but because she owned her story. Brands reached out, interviews followed, but Kimberly stayed grounded. She knew who she was now, and she wasn't going to let anyone take that away. One afternoon, she posted a side-by-side photo. On the left, her before picture. On the right, her now. But instead of focusing on the physical difference, her caption told a deeper story. The woman on the left needed love. She wrote, the woman on the right learned how to give it to herself. It wasn't about comparison, it was about evolution. The comments this time felt different, more thoughtful, more respectful. People weren't just reacting, they were reflecting. Kimberly had done something rare. She turned criticism into connection, but she didn't stop there. She began using her platform to talk openly about body image, mental health, and the unrealistic standards people are constantly held to. Whether you lose weight, gain weight, or stay the same, she said in another post, someone will always have something to say, so you might as well live your life for you. It became a mantra, a reminder